33 days, no breakthrough. Kolkata street rage intensifies. Protesting doctors set fresh terms. Bengal Chief Minister Mamata bows to doctors. Doctors versus Mamata government escalates. Top focus on 5 Live.
A big meeting to break the deadlock 33 days after protests began over the Kolkata rape and murder. Will the deadlock end today? Will the doctors wind up their protest? Will the Mamata Banerjee government be able to give the doctors what they've been asking for over a month now? We'll find out in the next few minutes. I'm Shiv. This is 5 Live. Kapil Sibal, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, speaking live on the big political controversy over the Ganesh Puja video of the Prime Minister and Chief Justice of India. Let's listen in.
The Prime Minister of India should never have shown his interest to go to such a private event. Because the Prime Minister and those he must have consulted should and must have told him that this may send a wrong signal. Because the issue is not individual, the issue is what impact such a clip has on the minds of people. And if there is gossip around it, then it is not fair on the institution. You should not lend yourself to a situation, to be in a situation where people can gossip about the institution and start speculating. Number 3, my religion and my way of expressing myself in the context of my beliefs is a private matter. It's not a public matter. And therefore, there should be no videography, photographs, which then should be allowed to be made public. That's just not on. Especially in the context of people holding the highest positions in the country. Because what happens is that it sort of ignites a debate which is unnecessary and harmful to the institution. There may be nothing behind it. There may be no motivation behind it. But there is speculation because of this, which is not good for the institution. Lastly, the court is deciding day in and day out issues relating to executives' actions in the highest court of the country. And if this kind of viral clip is circulated, then it may have implications which are not fair to the individuals concerned. And yet institutionally they do harm. And the last point I wish to say is that once you do this, what message does it send to those in the high courts in India and to the judiciary functioning at various levels in the country? they also look upon these things. And therefore, that sends a signal. That sends a signal which is also unfortunate. So my view is that it should best have been avoided. At the same time, I request the media individuals there not to blow it out of proportion, not to start speculating personal motives. And I request the Prime Minister of India not to make a spectacle of these events. Because there have been Maharashtrian Chief Justices in the past. It's not the first time that there's a Chief Justice from Maharashtra. And in the context that there is going to be an election in Maharashtra, this is not an opportune time for the Prime Minister to have made a public spectacle of a private ceremony. Thank you.
So, were you invited?
Kapil Sibal, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association, saying that this entire Ganesh Puja featuring the Prime Minister visiting the Chief Justice of India's house was avoidable. He's called the Chief Justice of India a man of great integrity. He's also attributed motives regarding the upcoming Maharashtra election. Kapil Sibal says the Prime Minister should try not to make a spectacle of such events. He's also directly accused the Prime Minister of visiting Justice Chandrachud's residence in view of the upcoming Maharashtra elections. Justice Chandrachud, of course, is a Maharashtrian. Kapil Sibal there making a direct attack on the Prime Minister while calling the Chief Justice of India a man of great integrity. Don't make a spectacle of such an event. This could happen in private. Piyush Goyal, Union Minister, reacting and speaking on the same issue. Let's listen in. Okay, we'll get back to Piyush Goyal in just a moment. He is expected to speak on the politics over this video that has led to a huge political fight with the opposition calling upon Prime Minister Modi not to have done something like this. They've called into question the independence of the system. They've called into question perceptions. They've called into question the fact that this is being done in view of the Maharashtra elections. Kapil Sibal, both a politician as well as an eminent lawyer. He is, of course, the president of the Supreme Court Bar Association, now leading the attack from the front, saying that such a spectacle should have been avoided. He calls the Chief Justice of India a man of great integrity. He says the Prime Minister should know that there have been Maharashtrian Chief Justice of India in the past as well. A direct attack on the Prime Minister and the BJP, keeping in view the Maharashtra elections that are coming up later this year. So Kapil Sibal accusing the Prime Minister of doing this for the Maharashtra elections. That in itself will trigger a big fight. We're going to be getting in a view from Piyush Goyal, Union Minister, now speaking.
कुछ नेताओं ने माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी और माननीय श्री धनंजय चंद्रचूड़ जी भारतीय परंपरा के हिसाब से गणेश की आराधना, गणेश की पूजा करते हुए दिखाए जाने पर आपत्ति व्यक्त कर रहे थे, तो मुझे बड़ी
33 days and counting now, the doctors' protest has been on in Kolkata over the rape and murder of a young trainee doctor at the Kolkata RG Kaur Medical College and Hospital. Well, is that protest about to end any time now? A crucial dialogue meeting between doctors and the Mamata Banerjee government has just begun. 5 p.m. was the time given. That meeting is said to have just begun. The doctors have, remember, demanded the Chief Minister's personal presence at this particular meeting. They have also demanded a live broadcast of this particular meeting, something that the Trinamool government in Bengal has actually refused to comply with. Doctors are insisting on a 30-member delegation being represented by the government at this particular meeting. I want to go across to India Today's Indrajit Kundu and Ritik Mondal joining us live from Kolkata. Indrajit, quickly to you first. Has that meeting begun? Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, had called it for 5 p.m. today. What's the status right now?
Well, Shiv, we are standing right outside the West Bengal Secretariat. Yes, as you said, 4:45 was the time for the meeting, for the scheduled meeting. It's almost 10 minutes past 5 o'clock, and we are waiting for the delegation to come. The delegation will come from this side any time now. They're coming in a bus. What the West Bengal government has said that a 12 to 15 member delegation is welcome to the state secretariat. But what we are given to understand is that a 30-member delegation is on its route, its en route to Nabanno Sabhagar. What you are seeing on the visuals tomorrow, I'll ask my camera person to zoom and show. This is the conference room outside the West Bengal State Secretariat. It's called Nabanno Sabhagar. Nabanno, of course, is the name of the State Secretariat. This is where Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the higher leadership of the West Bengal administration will be holding a very, very crucial meeting. This is very important because over the past 1 month, as you just said, there has been a deadlock. There has been continuous protests. And finally, the protesting doctors have responded to the Chief Minister's call. And that has happened after several rounds of letters being exchanged between the two sides. The last letter that has been sent by the Chief Secretary of West Bengal, it clearly mentioned that the Chief Minister is eagerly waiting to meet them. And that somehow seems to have, seems to have broken the ice, as I say, because the ball was also in the court of the protesting doctors, and they couldn't have given a perception that they really don't want, they really don't care about this.
Indra, I'm just coming back to you. I'm coming back to you in just a moment. So those doctors, the delegation is about to arrive in a bus. That meeting is going to happen. 33 days of street protests have taken place without any breakthrough. Will there be a breakthrough today? Even now, all the demands of the doctors have not been met just yet. They've asked for a variety of things. What is the mood on the ground? Are the doctors in any mood to actually relent and wind up their protests? Ritik Mondal is with me also live from outside the West Bengal Secretariat. He's joined by, one of the protesting doctors as well. Ritik, what are the doctors asking for? Are they prepared to bend and wind up the protests? Because the Mamata Banerjee government does not appear to have adhered to any of their demands so far.
Well, Shiv, after multiple, mail being exchanged between the two parts. One, you have the doctors protesting doctors on the on one side, and the government is on the other. Finally, it's heading towards a situation that could break the ice. I am currently live from the protest site, where since last couple of days I see that many doctors and many people across the length of the society, they are coming over here. I have some junior doctors from Arjikar Medical College with me. Let me ask you that finally people have agreed to join this meeting. We are told that Chief Minister is awaiting at the State Secretariat. Bus has left just a while from now. So what are the things you are expecting for the government?
Actually, our demands were very clear. We have the 5 demands listed. So first of all, we need justice, and our proposals were that from the very beginning, everything, the decisions or judgment, whatever we need, should be very transparent. So we asked the government to accept the proposals that we want. Transparent, not in a very in a closed door meeting. So we want it to be live telecasted, so the transparency can be maintained.
Very interesting, Shiv, that in the last communication given from the State Secretariat, that is precisely the Chief Secretary wrote to the doctors, said that, he said that to come the doctors with a 15-member of delegation, but they have decided to send a 30-member team. Why you doctors are continuously saying that you will go and finally you go went there with 30 members of your doctors? Why is this thing?
Because we want the negotiation to be proper and without any backhand deals. We want everything to be very clear with proper clarity, and we want our demands to be met. And this is also a victory for our protesting doctors, that they are negotiating with us. They have agreed to some of our demands, and they are willing to engage in talks with us. However, we must also realize that we should not accept anything which we are demanding. We should not accept anything less than that. If we accept anything less than that, then I think our protest is not fully victorious. I think that is why the live telecast of the negotiation or the deals is very essential, so that everything is clear in front of the entire public. Nothing is done in the backhand. And
you want a clarity. That's very interesting. I would come to you once again. That the state is continuously saying that the health structure and this facility in the state is deteriorating because of this month-long protest being held by you people. They said many people have lost their lives. How would you respond to this?
No, actually, the allegations which were coming against us, the junior doctors or the medical students, it's completely wrong, because the senior professors have taken up the job and they're doing it meticulously. So the OPD works is continuing, and emergency works, the trauma care centers they were never closed actually. So the patients are getting adequate help, and no one can tell that any patient has lost their life without getting treatment. So it's completely fake and wrong allegations. It's a clear response from us.
So a very crucial meeting is going to held this evening at the State Secretariat. What we are told that...
In fact, Ritik, that bus appears to have just arrived. The bus with the doctors' delegation appears to have just arrived. So these are those pictures coming in from outside the West Bengal Secretariat, I take it, where that delegation of doctors, this is them. This is the delegation of doctors, I'm assuming, who will be going inside to hold that dialogue with the Mamata Banerjee government. Let me just quickly summarize for our viewers what the demands are of these doctors. Let's stay on these pictures. These are live pictures coming in from Kolkata. This is the delegation of doctors that will be meeting Mamata Banerjee's team at the West Bengal Secretariat. Remember, this team of doctors has demanded that Mamata Banerjee should be there in person for this particular meeting. Now, there is no confirmation about whether Didi will also be there or not, but the Chief Minister's physical presence during the meeting is demand number one. Demand number two, live telecast of the doctors and the CM's meeting. Number three, include more representatives for the meeting. Number four, sack the police commissioner of Kolkata. Number five, sack the West Bengal health secretary. Number six, sack the director of health education. Number seven, sack the director of health services. Number eight, better safety measures at the hospitals. Now, apart from the last measure, none of the other demands of the doctors has been complied with by the Mamata government. They said, only a 15-member delegation will be permitted. No clarity on any kind of action against the Kolkata Police Commissioner or West Bengal Health Secretary or the other officials. Also, no clarity just yet on whether Mamata Banerjee will personally be there to meet with the doctors. Let me try and get in Indrajit on that. If we have Indro, will Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, be there in person for this meeting?
Shiv, can you repeat your question?
Is Mamata Banerjee, Indro, is she going to be there personally for this meeting with the doctors?
Well, that is what is expected. That is what is expected, because the Chief Secretary has categorically mentioned in the last letter that was sent to the doctors today that the Chief Minister herself is keen to meet the protesting doctors. This was one of the demands yesterday, because in the last 2 mails that were sent by the state government to the protesting doctors, it was mentioned that a delegation can come to the West Bengal State Secretariat and they can meet the higher leadership of the administration. Today, specifically, it was mentioned that the Chief Minister is keen to meet them. Even on the first day, the Bengal government minister, Chandrima Bhattacharjee, who is also the MOS Health, she said that the Chief Minister was waiting at the State Secretariat for about 1.5 hours, 2 hours to meet a delegation of doctors, but they didn't arrive. So clearly, softening of stand on both sides from the government, the Chief Minister expressing her willingness to meet, the doctors also responding to the Chief Minister's request, and they are coming, even though they are coming with a 30-member delegation. But my hunch is the preparation that I see, and if you see this conference room, this is not the conference room that is located inside the West Bengal Secretariat. This is outside the West Bengal Secretariat. This is a bigger conference room, almost like a mini auditorium, and it can house a lot of people. So my hunch is that a 30-member delegation is coming on behalf of the doctors. All of them would be allowed. All the 30 members of the West Bengal Doctors Front that has been formed, a new body of young junior doctors, West Bengal Junior Doctors Front. After the Arjikar incident for the protest, they will all be allowed inside.
Okay, so you're watching live images coming in from India Today's cameras of that bus with the doctors delegation arriving now at the West Bengal Secretariat for that meeting, where we are presuming that Mamata Banerjee will also be present. There is no confirmation of that, but that is the indication that our reporting team is getting from the West Bengal Chief Secretary. We'll get you clarity on that, but there are pitched battles being fought. Both sides are sticking to their stand. The demands made by the doctors have not been addressed or complied with by the Bengal government just yet. So could there be a breakthrough over the next couple of hours that this meeting takes? Dr. Anupam Bhattacharya is a senior doctor who has been among the protesters right through this entire protest. Dr. Bhattacharya, welcome. The delegation talks between the protesting doctors and the Bengal government is about to begin. So far, none of the demands have been complied with. Your side had demanded live telecast, the personal presence of Mamata Banerjee, the removal of the Kolkata Police Commissioner, West Bengal Health Secretary, etc. What is the sense that you are getting from the government? Is a breakthrough in sight?
I'm thinking that government is very much rigid, but the pressure of the movement is right now at the zenith, and it is gradually increasing day by day. That's why right now government is also thinking that they have to think about to resolve this situation. That's why due to pressure of the movement, they allowing all our demand. So delegate team already there with 30 members, and we already asked for the live telecast because the Supreme Court, the Vidhan Sabha or the Lok Sabha are all live telecasted. So why not this kind of movement? This kind of sensational issue is already created all the Bengal and all the India. So I think it is very much acceptable demand, should be acceptable demand from our side to abide this kind of this demand. So if they don't abide this kind of demand, I think the protester will be very much offended, I think.
If all the demands are not complied with, Dr. Bhattacharya, because there are many demands that the doctors delegation has made so far, including removal of the Kolkata Police Commissioner, many different health department officials, including the health secretary, etc., etc. Will the doctors be prepared for some kind of compromise formula from the government, or is it all or nothing from your side?
Actually, we have only demand at first. It is only for justice for Abhay. And gradually the situation created this kind of demand. The situation of 14th August night and the evidence tampering and the nexus of the Shastra Bhavan. What's happening in last 1 month, that created this demand. So I think the protester, the delegates will come back to here and they will do a PAN-GB, then they will decide if so compromise to be done. So compromise, I think they are not in compromising moment. I think they are in very tough stand because the nexus we have already seen the exam scam, the dead body scam, all this happening. So so that is happening, and the CP he already. The chief minister already told by herself that CP is about to resign, but she didn't accept that one. So I think the protester is not in mood of compromise. And
stay with me.
In this situation,
Dr.
they will come
Dr.
back.
Bhattacharya, stay with me for a moment. I just want to tell our viewers that the bus with the delegation of doctors that will be meeting with Mamata Banerjee's team has arrived. These are live pictures from outside the Bengal Secretariat where that delegation has just arrived. Indrajit Kundu is with me. Dr. Bhattacharya, continue to remain with me, please. Indro, that bus is there. We can see it on your camera. They're about to head inside.
That's right.
You know, we've just heard from the protesting doctors. They seem to be sticking to their stand. They say that they're not going to compromise at all.
Well, that's right. You see these visuals, live right now on India Today. These are the protesting doctors. Very, very crucial. Perhaps a defining moment in this entire movement which has been going on, the protest for over a month now. These doctors now have and they're giving slogans. You can see raising slogans for justice at Nabanno, which is the West Bengal State Secretariat. Defining images. The doctors raising slogans seeking justice and entering the meeting to meet West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee while they raise the slogan. So defining images of this RG Medical College protests that have been going on for the past 1 month now. Finally, is it seeing a culmination? Finally, is it seeing a culmination? We don't know, but this is very, very important that finally the protesting doctors have agreed to meet the West Bengal administration led by none other than the Chief Minister herself. This is the bus in which they've come. They've just entered while raising slogans, justice for Arjikar, Shiv, and this is very, very important. As I said, this is perhaps the defining moment right now. This will be a defining moment of this agitation, an agitation that has been going on for the past 1 month. Will it finally see a breakthrough? The stalemate has been going on, but will the stalemate see a breakthrough? There are a list of demands that have been, put in by the doctors, the agitating doctors. That includes the resignation of the West Bengal Health Secretary, Tapas Darijao, and the Director of Medical Education, the Director of Health Services, two top medical officers, and the Health Secretary of the state. The doctors have been demanding that these 3 people should be moved, and also the Kolkata Police Commissioner Kolkata Police Commissioner Vineet Goyal. So these are the 4 top officials that the doctors have been pressing for their resignation. Mamata Banerjee, of course, has already ruled them out in previous instances. Will there be a change of heart? Will there be some sort of a compromise? The doctors have been demanding live streaming of this meeting. We don't know. The meeting is about to begin. We don't know if this will be live streamed for transparency, but the government has said that they are willing for on-cam recording of this meeting. So, but the good thing is that there have been, patients and lakhs of them and hundreds of them who have, which the state government claims have been suffering due to this movement because the general operations at government hospitals have been affected. However, the junior doctors have been saying that nothing has got affected because the senior doctors have been working double time in order to facilitate junior doctors continue the protest. But one must also keep in mind that there was a Supreme Court hearing that took place on Monday.
Yes.
And the Chief Justice of India, during the hearing, has categorically stated that doctors must resume work. They must get back to work. These are essential services. And the deadline was 5 p.m. That deadline has passed 48 hours. They have been protesting. And now, to an extent, the doctors were also under some sort of a pressure. So they have now come to Nabanno to meet the Chief Minister. Let's see what comes out of this meeting.
So at least one of the demands, Indro, one of the demands, and let me bring in Dr. Anupam Bhattacharya on that. Dr. Bhattacharya, we can confirm now that Mamata Banerjee is there personally. She has arrived for this meeting, so she is going to be there in person for this meeting. So one of the demands of the doctors appears to have been met. You had demanded that Didi needs to be there in person for this meeting. She is there to meet your delegation now. Is that a good sign, positive sign for you?
I think it's a good sign, I think.
Yeah.
But our demands are 5 demands. Okay. So the removal of the CP and the suspension of Sandeep Ghosh, and main foremost thing is the justice, point of justice for the Abhaya, and there is democracy of the colleges and breaking the nexus of Shastro Bhavan and colleges. So that are the main 5 demands. And then we added some demand, the removal of the DME, DHS and the principal secretary, because their behavior, how they behave with us, how they presented wrongfully to the court, I think. So this nexus is already supported by the Shastro Bhavan. So this three persons removal demand is added with that. So I think that a significant portion of our demand should be met, and then we can resume our work. But what kind of discussion will be there and what is the attitude of the government, that is coming, that I cannot say right now.
But you're saying that there is a possibility, see, now that the Chief Minister is meeting the delegation, Dr. Bhattacharya,
yes,
it's a very big thing. She is personally going to meet you. That's a significant gesture of, wanting to meet all of you all personally. Beyond this meeting, in case the demands are not met, are you confirming that if the demands are not met to your satisfaction, the protests will continue? Are you saying that?
Yes, I think if our demand is not met, then the protest will continue. Because you know that Mamata Banerjee is not only the Chief Minister, he is also the health Minister of our state. Yeah. But it is a significant incident what happened in Arjikor at 9th August. Even after that, she was not there for last 1 month. And there is no statement, no significant statement, what we are hoping for us. But without that, what she told that she can hamper our life, but she not doing that because of it is our just because of he's very much good person. He present like that way. So that fueled our anger. That's why it is this commotion is so much in bigger side. Initially it was not such height, but gradually how the government tackled the situation, how the authority tackled the situation, that created so much emotions and that created so much commotion. And it is right now the protest is at the zenith. So I think if the significant demands are not met, then the protester will continue their movement. But from the protester, I can say that the doctors are always want to start the activity because they are doctors. They are made for it. They are made to do a OT. They are made to do some kind of medical work. That's why they are doing Abhaya clinic outside the hospital. So it is from doctors' part they are very much eager. But without any achieving the significant demand, how can they continue their work? Because we think all the culprits are already at the open air. So there must be some significant resolution from government's end also.
Okay, understand. That's excellent clarity for our viewers also on what the next steps will be. Thank you, Dr. Anupam Bhattacharya, for joining us. We'll be tracking what happens with these delegation talks. Mamata Banerjee and the doctors. Didi and the doctors are going to begin their meeting any moment now. The delegation has entered. Indore is still live with us. Indore, with some slogans and some fist waving, the doctors have now entered the Bengal Secretariat. That meeting should have begun by now. The Chief Minister is there. We do know that in the days gone by, in the couple of weeks gone by, the Bengal government had taken a pretty aggressive view on these doctors, has threatened them with cases, etc. Are you getting the sense that there will be an inclination to find some kind of a breakthrough today to try and wind up the protests at all costs?
Well, absolutely. I think that would be, the mindset of the state government. Because remember, there are too many things at stake. One, of course, in a few weeks from now, West Bengal has its biggest festival. And it also, affects the economy of West Bengal. Durga Puja and the economy around it is massive. And the state government clearly won't want any sort of, mess created or chaos created around the festivities, because that will have other repercussions. And that has been the sentiment of the state government again and again. Mamata Banerjee, in fact, created a faux pas, or many would say, her message to get back to festivities is something that has also irked and hurt a lot of people's sentiments, because people clearly are miffed at this point in time over the incident, even though it's been a month now. People clearly seek answers. The general public at large, they want clarity, they want answers from the government, from the administration, from the CBI. Make no doubt about it. So the call for justice is resonating among the people, and it's not going to die down anytime soon. What needs to be done, of course, is some sort of a resolution of the deadlock that has been taking place. There are other means of protest as well. But what the government wants is that the protesting doctors resume work. Because what has happened is, junior doctors from across all government hospitals and medical colleges have joined the protest, thereby severely crippling government health services. And today, in fact, while this meeting is taking place, it's ironical because Mamata Banerjee had called for a very large-scale meeting of all medical colleges, superintendents, police supers, district magistrates. She had earlier given a call for the meeting to review the security situation across all health facilities, but that has been postponed right now. So it's good that the meeting is taking place. There will be ideas exchanged. There might be, we don't know, there might be heated exchanges as well, but one would clearly want some sort of a climb down from both sides.
Okay, let's see. The priority for the government will definitely be on making sure the doctors end their protest and then take discussions forward maybe. But will the doctors relent? They don't appear to be in a mood for any kind of a compromise formula. So things are on a razor's edge. A shocking video from Maharashtra's Raigad has emerged on social media of VIP brutality indulged in by a ruling party MLA's bodyguard. A man seen in this shocking video caught on camera thrashing a motorist seated in a car with some kind of a rod or a baseball bat or something has gone viral. An FIR has been registered in the case and the accused has been arrested by the police. The video was shared by the opposition Udhav Sena, where they claim that the accused in the video was Shinde Sena MLA Mahendra Thorve's bodyguard. Udhav Sena also claimed that the man's wife and children were crying inside the car, but no one came to actually help. They even lashed out at Eknath Shinde-led Shiv Sena and questioned deteriorating law and order in the state. I want you to look at that video. Let's go full frame on that video to show it to you once again. This shameless thug, this gunda you see on your screen here right now, is the bodyguard of a ruling party MLA in Maharashtra. Let that sink in, viewer. That is the fearlessness and thuggery of the ruling party in Maharashtra, where a bodyguard of a sitting MLA can behave in this manner for whatever reason with a member of the public. Meanwhile, Shiv Sena's Karjat MLA Mahendra Thorve, whose bodyguard this man is supposed to be, has broken his silence. He's refuted the charges of the accused being his bodyguard and claimed that the victim was his relative and that it was some kind of a personal issue.
परवा नेरल पोलीस स्टेशन हद्दीमध्ये जी काही घटना मारहाणीची घडलेली आहे त्या घटनेशी आमचा कोणत्याही प्रकारचा संबंध माझा त्या ठिकाणी नाही आहे आणि तो माझा बॉडीगार्ड सुद्धा नाही आहे. जे काय आता सोशल मीडियावर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडियावर मी सर्व न्यूज पाहतोय त्याच्यामध्ये आमदार महेंद्र थोरवेंचा बॉडीगार्ड म्हणून सांगितलं गेलेलं आहे. तो माझा बॉडीगार्ड वगैरे त्या ठिकाणी नाही आहे. दोन्ही कार्यकर्ते आपलेच आहेत त्या ठिकाणी. त्यामुळे ज्याला मारहाण झाले तोही आमचाच कार्यकर्ता आहे. माझा तो तर नातेवाईक आहे आणि ज्यांनी मारलंय तो माझा काही बॉडीगार्ड वगैरे नाहीये. परंतु ठाकरे गटाकडनं जाणीवपूर्वक मला बदनाम करण्यासाठी त्यांनी रचलेले षडयंत्र आहे.
Bring in India Today is Devesh Singh for more on this. Devesh, the ruling party MLA Mahendra Thorve has said, I have nothing to do with these people. They are both karyakartas of the Shinde Sena. What is the reality here? This man has been arrested. How dare he beat someone like this in public? What is the reality?
Well, as per the police complaint filed by the victim, it was a case of road rage. The vehicle of the victim brushed on the vehicle of the accused. The accused has been identified as Shivaji Sonavle, a resident of Pimploli in Karjat. And as per sources, he does work with the MLA of Shinde Sena, MLA Mahendra Korve. But Mahendra Korve has claimed that he knows both the accused and the victim. In fact, he went on to say that the victim, in fact, is his distant relative. And the accused in the seen in this video is not his bodyguard, but just a party worker. That is what he claims. Now, the accused, Shivaji Sonavle, is behind bars. He's been remanded to custody. He's been arrested by the Neral police in Raigad district of Maharashtra. And further statements will be recorded. Police is also trying to collect more CCTV footage of the incident, of the accident as well, on what had actually happened and what led to this attack on the poor victim who was smashed in such inhuman manner by this accused Shivaji Sonavle.
Bodyguard, Karyakarta of the ruling party, whatever it is, how dare he behave like this is going to be the question that we will continue to demand an answer about, no matter what the provocation. Apparently, the man's wife and children were also around. They could be heard crying, and yet nobody even bothered to intervene. That's, of course, a separate story altogether. We'll keep tracking that here on India Today. Divyesh, thank you very much for getting us that input. Meanwhile, even as you just saw, thousands have been on the streets for over a month in Kolkata protesting for women's safety and justice for a young doctor who was raped and murdered last month. Another rape horror, this time a gang rape, has rocked India. In Madhya Pradesh's Indore, a woman was gang raped when she was out with her two friends, both army officers. The incident happened when the two major rank officers were on a night out with their two female friends. 6 to 8 men armed with pistols and knives brutally thrashed the two army officers and allegedly raped the woman with them. Here's a detailed report from the ground.
A night out turned into a horrific nightmare for two army officers and their friends in Madhya Pradesh. The incident happened when two major rank officers and their two female friends went for picnic from Mahu cantonment town in Indore district. At least 8 to 10 men armed with pistols, knives and sticks surrounded their car. They assaulted the two army officers and their friends. The attackers then held one officer and one woman hostage and sent the other two away to fetch a ransom of 10 lakh rupees for their release. The attackers then allegedly gang raped the hostage woman. They fled as the police arrived at the scene. Two accused have been arrested in the gang rape horror. Search for others is on.
इसमें पुलिस टीम तत्काल मौके पे पहुंच गई थी और पुलिस टीम की गाड़ी को देखते हुए जो आरोपी हैं वो भाग गए थे वहां से और इसमें टोटल जो है 6 आरोपी हैं जिनके नाम पुलिस को पता लग चुके हैं और उसमें से 2 लोगों का अरेस्ट भी हो चुका है। पुलिस अभी भी लगातार 4 लोग जो बचे हैं उनका प्रयास कर रही है उनको पकड़ने का और उस पर भी जल्दी कार्रवाई कर लेगी।
The Congress came down heavily on the BJP government in the state over the law and order situation.
2 महिला मित्र उनके साथ छेड़खानी होती है और एक के साथ बलात्कार होता है, सामूहिक गैंग रेप और पुलिस उसको दबाती है। 2 दिन तक सामने नहीं आ पाता है। मतलब ये कैसा प्रदेश बना रहे हैं हम? अपने पापों को छुपाने के लिए पुलिस को मैनेज किया जा रहा है कि अब रेप हो तो बताओ मत पब्लिक को, बहनों की इज्जत और अस्मिता लूटी जाए तो पब्लिक डोमेन में मत लाओ।
Madhya Pradesh ranks 3rd in number of rape cases registered in India, according to an NCRB report in 2022. Bureau Report, India Today.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has invited Prime Minister Modi for talks to Moscow. The Russian President has invited Prime Minister for a separate meeting on the sidelines of the upcoming BRICS summit in Kazan. I propose holding a second meeting on October the 22nd. Please send Mr. Modi our warm regards and best wishes. He's a great friend of ours, Putin has said during his talks with National Security Advisor Ajit Doval. Remember, Prime Minister Modi met with Putin only just weeks ago in Moscow before his Ukraine visit. And now on the sidelines of the BRICS summit in October, Putin has invited Modi for a separate discussion.
We are waiting for His Excellency Mr. Modi in Kazan, and I propose to organize a bilateral meeting on the 22nd of October in order to analyze results of our joint work dealing with implementation of agreements which we reached during his visit to Moscow, and to discuss the future-oriented actions. So we are waiting for our good friend, His Excellency Mr. Modi, and best regards to him on my behalf.